In this lesson, we're going to apply the power of a power property. Example 1, how do I use the power of a power property? The power of a power property says to find the power of a power, you're going to multiply the exponents. So let's take a look at this example where you have 3 to the 4th to the second power. What you have here is you have this 3 to the 4th, and we have it 2 times because it's to the second power. So I have 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 4th. And now if I were to multiply these, remember when you multiply exponents, we add those exponents. So that would give me 3 to the 8th. Now another way of looking at this is that we could simply just multiply these exponents. All right, so let's go ahead and simplify the expressions. Number 1, we have 2 squared to the third power. So let's take a look at this. There's 2 different ways you can look at it. We can have 2 squared, and now we have 3 of them. 2, because that's what this exponent right here is telling us. Now remember, then, when we multiply exponents, we add the exponents, and that's going to give us 2 to the 6th power. Now another way, remember, is that the power of a power property is saying that you can multiply your exponents. 2 times 3 is 6, and again, we get the same answer as we just got right here. Our answer is 2 to the 6th power. So for question number 2, we have x to the second power to the 4th power. So let's take a look and break it down into x squared times x squared times x squared times x squared. And there were 4 of them because I had to the 4th power. And now if I were then to simplify this or multiply them, I would have then, I'm adding those exponents, so I would have x to the 8th power. And then let's look at it. If I simply, instead of writing this out, I could just take and I could multiply 4 times 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. And so that's where I got the x to the 8th power. Now for question number 3, we have these negatives. All right, question number 3, I have negative 4 squared to the 3rd power. So what that would look like is I'd have this negative 4 squared times negative 4 squared times negative 4 squared. Now I have a negative times a negative, and that would be a positive times a negative. It's going to be a negative answer because I have 3 of these. So I like to come over here and I'm going to say, all right, well, I have 3 negatives. And so that's going to become it's going to be a negative. All right, so I've got my 4, and then my exponents, I have 2, 4, 6. And notice if I were to do it this way as well, 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So I have a negative 4 to the 6th power. For question number 4, I have negative 4 squared to the 2nd power. So what that's going to look like is it's going to be like a negative 4 squared times a negative 4 squared. All right, so we'd have a negative 4 and a negative 4. So 2 negatives, that makes the positive. And notice, I come over here and I look at that. So I know it's going to be a positive because I've got 2 of them. So I'm going to have a positive 4 in my answer. And then I have these 2 exponents that I add together, which I get 4. And also if I multiply 2 times 2, I would also get to the 4. And so it's 4 to the 4th power. All right, question number 5 is different because notice that this negative is on the outside of our parentheses. So let's go ahead and evaluate and see what we have here. So I'm going to look and notice I have the 2 to the 3rd. So I have 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 3rd. And then remember we can add those exponents together. So I'd have 2 to the 6th power. Now I could have also instead, I could have just went and I could have multiplied those exponents together. Now, once we've evaluated that, now we have to go back and we had a negative on the outside of the parentheses. So I'm going to have to just put that back on. And my answer would then be negative 2 to the 6th power. And our last one, so I have negative x to the 3rd and then to the 3rd power. So again, that would look like this. All right, and so, because we're doing this part right here. So that's going to give me then, I have 3, 6, 9, so x to the 9th power. And notice that's how I got this right here. 3 times 3, I got the 9. But now because I had that negative, I have to go place that back on the outside of it. So I would have negative x to the 9th power. All right, power of a product property. To find the power of a product, you're going to find the power of each factor and multiply it. And so let's take a look at what that's going to look like. All right, so let's simplify the expression where I have number 1, I have 9xy to the second power. So what that looks like is I've got 2 of these because I have it to the second power. So what I have here is I have a 9xy times a 9xy, all right? Now I could choose to just multiply 9 times 9, that would be just fine. Or I could have 9 to the second power, so I'm going to write it that way the first time. And now notice how I have 1, 2, I have 2 x's, x squared, and then I have 2 y's, which I'd have y squared. And then that is equal to 81 x squared, y squared. All right, so we can accept either one of these answers right here. Now, I'd like to go back and look at this one other way. All right, so I'm just going to rewrite our problem over here. So I have 9, I've got that, x, y. All right, so what I like to do for these then, if I'm going to just look at it as multiplying the exponents, I'm going to put a 1 here and a 1 here and a 1 here because I do have an exponent there. And so I can look at this by saying, okay, I'm going to take 1 times 2, and that's 2. So I have 9 squared, just like I did up here. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to times that by 2. So I've got x squared. And then I'm going to take my y, and I'm going to have squared. And notice I have the exact same answer, so I can write it either way right here. All right, question number 2, I have negative 4z to the second power. So let's go ahead. Well, first of all, we're going to look at it, what it looks like by just writing it out as the 2 exponents. So I'm going to have negative 4z, and so because this part right here, I've got 2 of those. So I'm going to have times negative 4z. All right, so I can have negative 4 squared. So I have 2 negatives. These 2 negatives are going to make a positive. And then I have 1 and 1, and I'm going to have z squared. Now this is also equal to 16z squared. So I could have just multiplied these 2 and gotten the number, and then I'd have z squared. So either one of these answers would be just fine. All right, now let's look at it again by just multiplying those. So what I have is negative 4z squared. All right, so I can look at it this way. I like to take this right here, and I'm going to determine, is it going to be negative or positive? Well, I have 2 negatives, so I know it's going to be positive. And these are going to have 1s. So I'm going to multiply. So I have a positive 4 squared, and I'm going to multiply here too, and I have z squared. And notice how I have the same answers as I did up top. Just does not matter which way you want to look at it. Eventually, you're going to want to get to this method right here. But if you're more comfortable just writing it out right away, that's just fine. All right, so question number 3, we have negative 4x to the third to the second power. All right, so we need to evaluate this whole part here first before we go back and put that negative back on it. So what I have then is I have 2 of these. I have 4x to the third times 4x to the third. And I could just say I have 4 squared, or I could just take 4 times 4, which is 16. And now I'm going to add my exponents, and 3 plus 3 is 6. And then again, this would be equal to 16x to the 6. So either way, you can leave it as your numbers as an exponent, or you can simplify it further. Oh goodness, and then we needed to have this right here. So you're going to have your negative and your negative that you're putting back onto your answer at the end there. All right, so let's evaluate it then this way too. So I have negative 4x to the third now to the second power. All right, so I'm going to put a 1 there so I don't forget. All right, so I'm going to take my 4 squared, and my x. 2 times 3 is 6. And now again, we have to put this negative back on there because we can't forget this right here. So I could have that, or I can have negative 16 x to the 6th power. All right, for question number 4, I have x to the 3rd times y to the 4th power. So let's write this out just like we did before, and then so we're going to take this. We have 4 of them. So I have x to the 3rd times y times x to the 3rd times y times x to the 3rd times y, and I'm going to do it one more time, x to the 3rd times y. So notice I did that 4 times. All right, so now let's go ahead and combine our x's, and I'd have 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, so I'd have x to the 12th, and then remember, these are all ones, and I've got 4 of them, so it's going to be y to the 4th. All right, we'll look at it the other way as well. So I'm going to have this x to the 3rd y, and here I think it's always helpful to put that 1 there right away. All right. So again, remember, it's a power of a power. We're multiplying. I could take 4 times 3, and I get 12. And then 4 times 1 is 4. Notice how we get the same answer. All right, question number 3, how do I use all 3 properties? All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. So I'm going to evaluate this whole part first, okay? And this time I'm just going to go ahead and use a shortcut there, and I'm going to take 2 times 2. So I'm going to have 2 squared, and I'm going to take 2 times 3, and I'm going to have x to the 6th power. All right. And now we can't forget, we still had this x that was left up here. All right, so I can leave it as 2 squared, or I can just say 2 squared is 4. Now remember, when you multiply the exponents, you add those exponents. So you have to take it one more step. And I'm going to take x to the 6th times x to the 1st, and I'm going to get x to the 7th power. All right, and our last one here, we have 4x squared times 2x squared to the 4th power. All right, again, and I don't need this part right here yet. I'm just going to have 4x squared. All right, let's then evaluate this part right here. So I'm going to have 2 to the 4th power, and then I'm going to have x to the 8th power. All right, so now to put this together, I'm going to evaluate this right here. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. So what I have here is 4x squared times 16 x to the 8th. All right, so let's multiply our 4 times our 16 here. And we'll end up with 64. Now we're going to take these, and again, remember, when you're multiplying exponents, you're just adding those exponents together, and we'll have x to the 10th power. So in this lesson, we learned how to apply the power of a power property by multiplying our exponents.